Hey guys, it's Angry Mom Claudia coming back at you with a catch-up video and talk to you about my two most recent wins on eBay. So let's do catch up. What have I been doing? I haven't really been doing videos for YouTube because I have been in the process of my open houses for my house sale. And just yesterday we had an accepted offer on our home, and we are progressing with the home inspections this weekend. So I'm really excited about that. And it's just been a lot. You know, you have to leave the house and you have to make sure the house is super clean. And I'm a little bit of an OCD person when people come to my home as it is. So when showing to prospective buyers, my home is spotless. I've emptied out half of my closets and my cabinetry, and been doing extra deep dive cleaning that, you know, probably should have been doing all along, but I just hadn't gotten a chance to it. But you know, now it's kind of like maintaining, because you want to maintain it and make sure that it's clean for the new owners, and you know, you're doing your best to honor the house and give it in good condition to the new buyers. So we are doing and dealing with all of that with our 3 kids and our 3 dogs. So it's been difficult, but we're getting through it. The buyers seem to be really strong, so I can't wait to get to contract and get that process moving along so I could find my new house in Maryland. So let's get on to my sales. My sales have been slow. I was doing really great business. I was knocking out, you know, daily sales, you know, multiples. I'd send out 10 a day, 8 to 10 a day, every day. And then coming in through the weekends, I would have, you know, 14 to 20 to 25, depending on what it was. But as everything went on, I had a really difficult time listing every day and doing what you need to do on eBay to get the sales. So I've had consistent sales, but just very slow. So it's like 2 a day, 3 a day sales. Right now I have 2 sales for today to go out tomorrow, which is kind of sad. And I'm going to spend the night listing, and I'm going to spend the night sharing my Poshmark closet and getting that under wraps. And I want to make sure that all that is complete. You know, I want to do what I have to do for my business. It's just sometimes, like I told you before, life gets in the way. I'm just keeping an ear out for my son. So that's what's been going on here. My 2 most recent big wins on eBay. eBay just, you know, sided with me on 2 cases. One being a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren, I'll make sure, vintage Polo Ralph Lauren Hunter Green toiletries bag. So I got this bag in the bins in South Carolina, and I really only paid like $3 and maybe 60 cents for everything that I got there. And it wasn't a lot. I really only got like 4 or 5 items, 2 of them being personal, 2 of them for business. And I sold 1 item already, and I'm selling, I sold this last one, which was the kind of money. So it was sold for $25, and which is exactly what I wanted to get for it. So I was really happy when it sold, and I shipped it out, and the buyer got it on Tuesday and then claimed today that he didn't receive it. So I was really upset about that. So I went in to verify the tracking to see where it went, and the label's having an issue with eBay. The eBay says, you know, print the shipping label, but I had printed the shipping label and I had sent the item, and it is showing as shipped on the eBay side on 2 different sections of eBay where you go for your orders, but for some reason it's still listing as print the label in one of those fields. So it's kind of funky right now. I don't really know what that's about. So I thought it might have been an error there. But when I went in to check the tracking on USPS, lo and behold, it said that the item was delivered to the customer's mailbox, and it gave me a time. So I updated the tracking information, spoke to the customer 2 times to let them know where, you know, that it says it was delivered, it says when it was delivered, and it actually gave the time. So the customer told me that he wanted his money back, or the bag, and I don't have another bag to send him, and I don't really think it's fair to send him money. and I felt like he was fishing. So I do what I always do, and I told them that I paid for extra tracking, and that based on this extra tracking that the United States Postal Service does, that it says it was delivered in your mailbox. So I asked eBay to step in, and eBay verified that the UPS tracking was there and it was correct for the correct item, and it closed the case in my favor. So they said that within 24 hours, the monies would be free and released to me, which I thought was really great, that eBay is standing by its sellers in this regard. There are customers who I don't understand. I've never seen the level of, and I want to say the last time this happened, it was kind of like in the same area of the country, but not to stereotype, it just happened to be in the same area, which is kind of like, okay, that's weird. But, you know, it happened again. And it's kind of like, come on, you know, I'm not a newbie. I know, you know, my feedback score is kind of low, but that's just because people don't leave a lot of feedback. So I decided just to get eBay involved, and eBay sided in my favor. And unfortunately, I don't really understand how packages constantly get taken from mailboxes, although I know there are areas that it does happen. I'm not saying it didn't, but the customer really should look out for their packages. And I cannot lose money constantly if packages keep going missing. You know, it's not really, I don't really think that it's fair that I eat the cost either. I don't really know what to do on that front. The other item, and this was a really cool item, and I'm really mad that it didn't get there. Like, the person can't love it because it was such a good item. The other item that sold that was an issue was a beverage dispenser, and it was one of these glass jars with the little spigot, and it had this stand where the jar went on, and the beverage jar, and it was glass, and I shipped it out. And I had it protected and bubble wrapped, and it was factory sealed. So you know, like that was already from the factory. So I was kind of a little bit upset that it broke, and I was like, you know, like that's not good. And I asked the customer to send me pictures, but she didn't deal with me first. She dealt straight with eBay and opened a case. And I did want to refund her back, but she said she wanted a new product, and she never closed the case. So because she opened the case through eBay, eBay required her to send the item back. And because she didn't send the item back in a timely fashion, according to eBay's policies, I think they have like 10 days to ship back or something like that, they ended up closing the case in my favor. So those monies would be released to me. And I feel bad, and I may go in and do something for the customer, maybe like a partial refund once the money clears to me, but I really feel badly. But there's nothing I can do if you don't send the product back. You kind of have to stick to the thing that you started. You started the case, you know, not me. And I did speak to her, and I told her that in order for her to not be required to ship the case, she would have to send the item back, and she didn't. So that was unfortunate, but that's where we are right now. She didn't do it, so she lost that case as well. So eBay standing by its customers on 2 items, and it also said that it was going to try and delete a neutral feedback off of my feedback because it was cited as a shipping issue. And unfortunately, she had ice storms in her neighborhood, and I had a snowstorm, even though I went out in the snowstorm to ship the item. It was delayed 1 day out of my end, and it was delayed like 2 or 3 days, or 3 days out of her end, on her end, any given end, it was delayed. I can't control the weather, and I can't control the United States Postal Service. So I really feel that it wasn't super long delay, but that's how the cookie shook out on that end. And she really needed to be more patient with her item, because she did get it in a timely fashion. It was less than a week turnaround time. She had just wanted it sooner, and you can't expect, she was in the Southwest, so you really can't expect to get extremely fast service when you have an item that has to go ground, and B, 2 snowstorms and an ice storm in your neighborhood. So we got to be realistic. So that's it. I mean, these are the updates. I really hope that I will be showing you some way more fun stuff in the near future. But for now, that's all that's going on. Just a quick update to let you know what I'm doing. And sales are slow for everybody, but they're going to be picking up, and it's tax season time, and I have no kind of fear about my sales. I'm still making great sales, and I'm going to make my numbers for this month, which is really what's important. It's just a little slower, but I'm really still positive about how my numbers are going. So thanks so much for now. Take care.